Hey you, woke up today. Mother Nature told me that you needed to hear this. Compassion, kindness, and empathy doesn't mean that you're obligated to intake another person's BS. Grand rising, everybody. Peace, love, and happiness. Harmony. What is happening? Oh, it's happy today. Today is a happy day. Harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and I'm here to deliver yet another powerful, inspirational, high vibrational message today. And today's message will inspire you to become your best version in every way possible today. Because there's a whole lot to talk about. I'll be talking today about the importance of knowledge of self. I'll be speaking today about OCD. I will also be speaking today about the feminine energy. These are the three main points that I'll be speaking today about. So let's dive straight in to the first one. And the first one is OCD. Now, what is OCD? For those of you who are not aware, an obsession of repetitive behaviors, a compulsive disorder where you just keep repeating the same cycles over and over again, which either leads to distress or a waste of time. You see, in this reality, a lot of us have OCD. A lot of us are not even aware that we have this disorder. But I'll share a perfect example that you can know you may or may not have OCD. You see, anything that you're obsessing over is a form of OCD. You see, if someone or something leaves your life and you start to overthink, you start to just stay focused on what you lost, or you just stay focused on ways that you think you could get them back, or you could get that specific thing back, that is an obsession over that thing, because you believe to yourself that you need that, when really and truly is you don't. You see, I could lose this phone, and I'm not going to obsess over it. I'm not. And I'm not just saying that. I lost many devices. I lost my phone, I think it was 2 years ago. Last year. No, 1 year. It wasn't 2 years, because I had this phone 1 year. And when I lost that phone, somebody actually stole it, by the way. I didn't go obsessing over it in a way where I was overthinking about it. I was worrying about it. I was in a need of it. No, I let go. For many people, that is something that is not easy to do. But from where I stand and where I am concerned, nothing in this life is worth obsessing over. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't take care of the things that you have, you know. But understand that it is not a loss. You see, things move or leave our life because we have lessons to learn from it. People leave our life because we have lessons to learn from it. You see, this idea, this obsession that we have over people and things, we need to let that go. You see, letting go helps release your mind from stress. Once your mind is released from stress, your body then starts to feel more relaxed. You start to feel more relaxed. You start to feel more at peace. A peaceful mind is the greatest wealth that anyone can have. If you're obsessing over things that is external in this life, physical things that you could get back, I mean, it will take a little work, but you will get it back. You will. You don't have to overexert your energy over it, because that, my friend, leads to time wasting. That, my friend, leads to feeling distressed. Perfect example again. I lost my headset a couple months back. I lost one side of it. That headset was a $300 headset, right? And I lost one bud while I was on an exercise. I was jogging and one fell out my ear. I stopped, I looked for it, and when I realized that it was taking up out of my physical exercise, it was taking up time out of my growth, my physical growth, I said, that's technology. Fuck that. It is what it is. And I leave it. I look for it for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds, if so much. Realize that, hey, I don't want my body to cool down. And I kept moving. Because technology can't make me. And it definitely can't break me. Losing somebody or losing something cannot make me. And it definitely won't break me. The only thing that it can do, correction, is make me stronger. Make me more in tune to the present moment. You see, most people who have OCD is focused on escaping the present moment. The focus is mainly on what they think they lost. When really and truly, nothing happens by chance. The universe, God's source, takes things or people out of your life to bring forth something way better. To give you something way better than you think you have lost. This is how I look at it. And the universe never steered me wrong. So I don't overthink, overexert my energy anymore on those things. I used to do that. And this is how I can come out here now and speak about it, because I understand. I understand what you're going through, how you may be feeling or thinking in the situation. I understand. But those see it as a loss. See it as a learning experience. This is what I do. I don't see these experiences as a loss. I see them as a learning experience. When that right side of the headset fell out of my ear and I lost it, you know where my thought process, my thought patterns went after that? It went to, now I can be more aware, because I don't have my two ears clogged off from the songs while I'm jogging. That way I can more safeguard myself. That was the benefit of losing one side of the headset. Get you, Jeff? See how easy? If I wasn't open to seeing that possibility of why I've lost that headset, I would have been overthinking. I would have been there probably for half an hour looking for it to see where it fell out. I would have been there for long, and then before you know it, my exercise would have been stopped. I would have been stuck in a trance of this ease, because overthinking about finding back the headset. And then yet again, it would have pushed back my day. It would have kept me away from moving forward in my day. So I say to you, what is lost is never lost. You always have a gem to be found in the things that you think you have lost. Find that gem. Find that gem. Cut off the supply. Wherever your attention goes, there your energy flows. Cut off that supply. Focus on the solution. Always focus on the solution. Now let's move in to the next phase. Within my mind, I have a way where my focus is always on the internal these days. Always on the internal. This is how I'm able to stay conscious. This is how I am able to stay present. This is how I'm able to stay in tune with the now. And the importance of staying in tune with the now is because you stay in tune to God. God is omnipresent. Always present. The universe is omnipresent. You see, when you move into thoughts of the past, or when you're moving to thoughts, overthinking about the future, these things are good things to meditate on, to get more clarity, and stuff like this. But it shouldn't be your whole entire day focus in those aspects of life. No. Majority of your day should be focused on the now. Have your plans, have your goals, reflect on your past, but don't live in them places. Don't live in it. Live in the now. See, when you learn to live in the now, you find excitement in the now. You find joy in the now. You find beauty in the now. Because you're focused on what's going on now. So you're able to feel God's presence. How do I keep myself in the now? Perfect example, yesterday I was out in public. I was in the mix of a lot of energies. I know a lot of them are a lower frequencies because yet again I am ahead of my time. Many people won't understand this message and that's okay, because quite frankly somebody had to lead the way. In order, as I was saying, in order for me, what I use, certain techniques I use to stay present, I focus on my body. I do things like this, just gentle strides, yes, caressing myself, giving myself my love. Simple as walking. There are people that drag their feet, like actually drag their feet. I'm focused even on my steps while I'm walking. I'm paying attention. No, not all the time. I be focused on my step, but I practice it. I implement focusing on my steps so that I can stay focused on myself. So that I can stay focused on what energies that I feel. So that I can stay focused and aware of what's going on with me while still being in tune and aware of my surroundings. Because this brings me into knowledge of self. So I hit all three there, right? The last one here now is knowledge of self. And I'll move into that because I kind of challenging something else that I had to finish with. With feminine energy. Living in the present, right? I am continuously feeding information, and as you can see clearly, from my feminine energy. I am allowing my feminine energy to feed my mind the information. Every step of the way, my masculine energy is in the leadership role, the leadership function. But my masculine energy is taking information from my feminine energy. Always in that ongoing communication with her. So internally, I'm always paying attention to her. I'm practicing it daily. This is something that I never used to do. And that is something very important to do. Focus on what that inner guidance. Focus on how she is relating to you, what she is telling you going on in your reality, because that is something that you should always be paying attention to. I slack at times, so don't get me wrong. If I slack, it's probably about 10 seconds or 15 seconds, but I always pull myself back into it, because all of that is in being present. She is connected and in tune to that subconscious mind. She hears and sees everything. Your subconscious mind cannot switch off. Even when you're sleeping, it don't switch off. And that is the feminine energy. So you need to stay tapped in to that feminine energy. Stay conscious and aware of that feminine energy. Always, as much as possible. Me, I try to do it every second. Every second I listen to she. Because she's the source of my information. That is why I have an endless supply of information. That is why I could come here every day and speak freely and fluently and have knowledge beyond people's egos. People who are in the mental state and the mental capacity, they could stand up in front of me and I will shut them down to the bone. I'll tear the logical belief systems apart, limb by limb. That's how powerful the feminine energy is. Don't fuck with me. Back to knowledge herself now. And that's the next thing she does. You don't forget when you're listening to she, because she know everything. So you can't forget. She's the truth. You can't forget. It's real. And you see, when you're real, you have a better memory. You have a way better memory when you're real, because you don't have to lie to cover up the truth. Not to cover up the truth. You don't have to lie to cover up a next lie, and then to cover up a next lie, and then before you know it, you forget the first lie that you make. No, she real. Knowledge yourself. Third time I say that. The most important knowledge a person can accumulate in this life is knowledge of self, one's self. Ancient ones always talked about this. But notice Satan. Know thyself. Why is it important to know thyself? Why is it important to find yourself in the heart of nature? Raising your frequency. Because this is our natural habitat. This is our birthplace. This is the truth of who we are. This is our endless source, supply of knowledge, wisdom, right here in the heart of nature. This is where we attune ourselves to all of our senses. This is where we know ourselves fully. Because nature don't judge we. No. Nature's judgment is just really and truly to teach us lessons. That is nature's judgment. Alright? So you understand this? Alright? You're not a bad person. You're not a good person if you're not understanding something. No. Nature's judgment is to teach you lessons. And you see, if you don't know yourself, you don't know the lessons that you need to learn. So this is why it's important to know yourself. This is why it's important to pay attention to yourself. Yet again, wherever your attention goes, there your energy flows. You see, when you pay attention to yourself, you grow exponentially. And I say to you guys, bonus one, drop a bonus today. When you're paying attention to yourself, you begin to realize that most of your problems or overthinking from your OCD to your lack of staying in the present moment is because you focus on other people, or because you focus on other things out there external from you. So I say to you today, focus on yourself. Don't give a fool about other people's opinions. And I will promote this every single day. Because this is something that within myself, at times, I find myself giving away my compassion, my kindness, and my empathy to others so much just because of me caring about what they think and how they feel. I allow that at times to get the best of me. And that, my friends, is a problem. Now, I'm not telling you not to help people, but this is my way right now. And yet again, as I just say, this is self-empowerment. Don't listen to me, listen to yourself. You could tell somebody the truth about what they're going through. And most of the times, because it's the truth, and they don't want to see themselves in a negative way because they haven't yet integrated their shadow side, they haven't yet accepted that they are not perfect. So when a truth speaker speaks the truth, they tend to get defensive, and they tend to try very hard to make you think, no, that ain't not going on with me. No, that ain't not going on with me. What are you thinking? It's all you're making up all in your mind. Gaslighting you. Making you feel that what you're seeing is not true. I say to you, what you're seeing is the truth. They are just not ready to accept that truth. So it's not on you. You're not obligated to get them to understand that truth. You're not obligated to get them to see that truth. That is not your job. Your job is to focus on you. So I say to you, drop your gem, drop your nugget. But you only had to lay that egg once. You only had to plant that seed once. Somewhere down the line, the egg will hatch. Somewhere down the line, the seed will grow. If they choose to grow that seed. If they choose to reflect on that point of time, that brief moment in space, that you share that nugget with them, they'll grow it. But they need to make the choice. The truth can never be told, it can only be realized. If someone doesn't realize that truth within themselves, it's not on you to get them to realize it. Bonus stage again. I'm just going, right? It's like I said, I'm constantly listening to that feminine nature, and she still has more to say. So if you're still here and you've made it down this far, you're definitely a deep diver. So you were meant to hear this. Growth can only happen when you're most uncomfortable. You see, whatever it is that you are afraid of today, challenge that fear. Walk up to that fear and shake its hand and say, come on, let me see what I was afraid of all this time. You see, when you hold fear by the balls and you use that bravery, squeeze it. You then begin to realize, but wait now, there was nothing to ever be afraid of. Get the fuck up out of here while I balance these chakras. I'm out. Have a beautiful, lovely, wonderful, peaceful, magical day.